Yeshua's last days. All over the city of Jerusalem, Yah's people were preparing for an important feast called Passover. Remember when Yah rescued his people from Egypt? Every year they shared a special meal together, remembering and celebrating what Yah had done for them. They didn't want to forget. So Yeshua came back to Jerusalem to celebrate with his friends. As he entered the city, a big crowd welcomed Yeshua like a king. They were starting to see who he really was, the king they had been waiting for, and what he came to do, rescue them. But not everyone thought that Yeshua was a king, and not everyone was excited about him. In fact, some important leaders were very angry that so many people were following Yeshua. These men didn't want people to listen to Yeshua. They wanted everyone to listen to them and follow their rules. He isn't a king, they said, and we need to stop him. So they made a plan. Judas, one of Yeshua's disciples, agreed to help them. In return, they gave him a bag of silver coins. One night, on the night of the big feast, Yeshua was with his disciples. Before the disciples could sit and eat, their feet needed to be washed. After walking through the dusty, dirty city streets, they were filthy. Washing dirty feet was a servant's job, and not a very nice one. But suddenly, Yeshua knelt down and started to wash the disciples' feet. They were shocked. "Stop," they said. "You shouldn't do that. That's not your job." "But this is what it means to love one another," said Yeshua. "When we really truly love each other, we serve one another." Yeshua was surprising his disciples again. Yeshua knew that he didn't have much time left with his friends. As they sat together, Yeshua said to them, "I want you to love each other the way I have loved you." He thanked Yah for their meal, and they shared it together. "When I'm gone, remember me," Yeshua told them, "especially when you share bread and wine like this." The disciples sat and listened to Yeshua, but Judas left quietly and went out into the night alone. Later that night, Yeshua and some of his disciples went to a quiet place so that Yeshua could pray. Yeshua knew what was about to happen, and his heart was sad and afraid. He wanted to talk to his Father, Yah. "Stay here and pray," he told his disciples. Yeshua walked a short distance away, knelt down, and prayed. When he came back to his friends, he found them asleep. He was sad that they hadn't stayed awake with him. "Wake up," he said. "It is time." At that moment, Judas found Yeshua and his disciples in the garden. An angry crowd was with Judas. This is what the leaders had paid Judas to do, to bring them to Yeshua, away from the other people. They had come to arrest Yeshua. The disciples tried to stop them, but Yeshua told them not to. He knew that this was part of Yah's plan, and he refused to fight back. Instead, he let them take him away. The very next day, Yeshua was led to a place where criminals were taken, even though he was Yah's perfect son who had never done anything wrong. There, just outside the city, he allowed himself to be punished like a criminal, and then he died, which might have been the end of the story, except that it wasn't. This was part of Yah's plan. Yeshua's death would lead to new life for everyone. It would lead to restoration, which means making things right again. It looked like a terrible ending, but it was actually an unbelievable new beginning.